And almost there. All right. Welcome, everyone, to Magical Monday Manifestations. I am Valorie Lewis, and this is Tarot Unicorns and Coffee event. I'm pretty sure everybody found me by Tarot Unicorns and Coffee link, but in case you didn't, you can find all of our events on Meetup under the group is Tarot Unicorns and Coffee, located out of Overland Park, Kansas. And on Mondays, we come together for card pulls, card readings, cartomancy, whatever the fuck you call it. We look to the cards for guidance. That's what we're doing. We're going to the divine for guidance, asking that our lives sync up with the divine intention, with divine guidance, that we find our way in this world. And one fun way to do that is to go to the cards. So we pull tarot cards and we pull oracle cards, a mix of oracle cards from several different decks, and we get the messages that we need to make this week productive. I pull from the energies of those present here on the live, but I do know that the divine's messages span all time, space. And so if you're watching this at a later date, the message is just as relevant and just as energetic and just as applicable to your life. So with all of that being said, I'm going to ask everyone to take just a couple of moments to settle themselves in, do so in whatever way feels comfortable for you. Maybe you grab some crystals, maybe you light some incense, maybe you just sit quietly. Call all of your power back to yourself. Remind yourself what a miracle you are. Remind yourself how connected you are. Remind yourself what a powerful creator you are. You are so powerful that you can even create things that you don't want. That's power. Today we're going to shift and try to create some things that we do want. All right, and now on the note of creating something we do want, go ahead and ask the divine in whatever way you feel comfortable in asking. Set your intentions for what type of guidance, question answering situation you want to receive from today's reading. And wherever you set those intentions, I'm sure Spirit is going to answer you. I'm just here to deliver the messages. I'm just the telephone wire. This conversation is going to be between you and Source. So you're going to get whatever you need, whatever is going to guide you and help you. And once you're done asking, I can tell Spirit is with us because my nose is starting to run. For those of you that have been with me for a while, my nose runs when I get in the flow. So one moment. Okay, so now we're going to turn off that asking and we're going to move ourselves into the receiving mode. You cannot ask and receive the answer at the same time. So let's stop asking and let's start listening. And the deck that I was told to pull from today, where did I put it? Is my vice versa tarot deck. We always start with tarot first and then move on to oracle cards. This came to me kind of as a vision. I guess you would call it a vision. I don't know. It came to me in my dream state right when I was waking up. And I'm like, why am I thinking about this tarot deck? And then it dawned on me, oh, because that's probably the deck Spirit wants me to pull from today. So that's what we're going with. Vice versa tarot is a deck that shows you the traditional tarot. This is the Tower card. And then on the back, it's like, if I was in this scene, what else would I be able to see? What else is available that's just out of sight from the original tarot card? So it gives you an additional, oftentimes deeper insight into the meaning of the card and what other influences or things might be present for you. So let's just shuffle the cards a bit. I'm on cup number 2 of my coffee, so I am awake and alert this morning. Well, sort of. I went to make a third cup and got ready to pour it into my little coffee cup here and then realized that I hadn't even finished the second cup. So I don't know how awake and alert I am. Definitely got coffee on board. One moment. Okay. What messages does Spirit have for us today to guide us through this beautiful week? It's May 1st to guide us through this month. I do plan on This is something new that's been rumbling around in my brain for a while, so I also feel like it's divinely inspired and supported. I'm going to do a card pull for May, like just for the whole month. Like, what do we need to know about May? I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to do that on my YouTube channel. So make sure I am going to do that today. I'm not going to do that during today's event. I'm going to do that on my YouTube channel. So make sure you check out that if you would like kind of a forecast of the whole month. Oh, what do we need to know today, though, Spirit? I had to close my eyes when I pull these cards because they're double-sided and I don't want to see the cards I'm pulling. I want Spirit to pull them. Interesting. Try to be as unbiased as possible. Got a clarifier today. All right. Let me set the rest of the deck aside. So we have 5 cards and then we have a clarifier. Interesting. Gonna have to see what that clarifier, how that impacts the rest of the reading once we get into the reading. Oh, yes. First card up. 10 of Swords. The game over card. I don't know. Is that the Pac-Man sound? Anyway, this is a game over. This is the you're not coming back. You were out of lives. Sayonara, dude. Look at all of those swords. He is absolutely not coming back. Looks like he's got a crystal in his hand. I wonder is that a crystal? It looks like a crystal. In any event, swords, I could totally see that being a crystal and being a blue crystal because blue is your throat. And I was just thinking to myself, swords is communication. How's that Mercury retrograde doing? How y'all feeling about that Mercury retrograde? That's what I'm gonna say, because this could be how you're feeling. Communication flatlines. I cannot communicate. I cannot formulate a clear thought. My technology is all weird. That's some of the symptoms of Mercury retrograde. But why is all of that happening? Because Mercury is our friend. Communication's not working. Maybe it's time to take a break from communication. Maybe it's time to write a handwritten letter instead of an email. I don't know. Y'all know what y'all should be doing. Maybe it's time to get out in nature and unplug a little bit. Mercury retrograde is our friend. It's not just throwing monkey wrenches and shit just to be fucking shit up. It's doing it to bring awareness to some things that we might not normally observe or be aware of, because we're just so caught up in our day-to-day routine and what needs to get done that if your cell phone stops, girl, I have a minor panic attack when my cell phone stops working. And that's an area of concern, because why? Spirit's got my back. Spirit sometimes work through my cell phone, but if my cell phone's down, Spirit will still reach me. Spirit knows my soul number. There we go. Doesn't need my cell phone to work for that. So trusting in the divine, even when things in our life are kind of going rocky. But this game over card is important to me because we've been talking about cycles so much in these reads. And this to me is a cycle is ending and cycle is over. What needs to be game over in your life so that you can move forward? Because some of us, myself included, are still clinging on to things that we need to let go of. Look at him. Even in his game over situation, it looks like he's clutching something in both of his hands. Still can't let go of. Dude is dead and still can't let go of it. Do you have something in your life that if you even died, you are swearing that beyond the grave, you would not let go of that shit? You might need to check it. Oh yeah, I'm talking to me. Because I got some of that too. I do want to see what's in his hands though. Let me go to the book and see if the artist has, sometimes the artist talks about symbols in the card and sometimes it doesn't. It just completely glosses over it. But I want to see if it can tell us anything about the hands. This is so interesting because I've never heard anybody call the 10 of Swords a game over card, but this book specifically says, when you get this side in a reading, the game is over and you have lost. Right on, okay. There's no way to avoid this reality. Whatever you were working towards has come to an end. It may be a strange comfort to know that this is as bad as it gets. As with the Nine of Swords, things will only improve from this point. For now, there is nothing to do but pick up the pieces and call it a day. I love it. I don't see anything about what he's actually holding. So I guess that's up to interpretation. Trying to scanning through. Doesn't really say. So I guess that is up to interpretation. I'm gonna call it a blue. I'm gonna call it, for the purpose of this reading, it might change if I pull the same card in a couple of weeks, but I'm gonna say that's a blue crystal. I don't know, I really can't make it out, but I feel like he tried and tried and tried so much to communicate his thoughts to the outside world, so much that he was clutching this crystal, trying, just asking, praying, help me, and it could never get done. 10 of Swords, into communication. Have you been talking to a brick wall for too long and you keep holding out hope that it's going to change? Give it up, move on, maybe come back to it another day, but this is game over. Walk away from whatever that is. He's walking away, sort of, kind of still clutching it, even in death from beyond the grave, but I think he's learned his lesson. Next card up is the King of Wands. Stepping into your power is how I'm going to read that. Stepping into your power with the divine masculine energy. Power, wands, king, mastery, divine masculine, mastery. Mastery includes, to me, confidence, surety, stability, discipline, worthiness. And you can't step into this power fully as you were being called to until you let this go. Whatever it is, y'all know what it is, let it go. I know what it is. I'm working on letting it go. It's not an overnight process, so don't think you have to let it go Monday night just because you heard a card reader say, let it go. Work on letting it go. You'll know when it's totally gone. And then you can step into this slowly. The more you let go, the more you can step into this power. However much you let go is however much you're going to be able to step into this power. You only want a little bit of this power. You only want to claim a little bit of your throne, then just let a little bit go. You ready to claim all of your power and call it back to you? Then you need to figure out what all you need to let go of. There is a salamander, I do believe, at the king's foot, and the salamander is just another symbol of fire. Salamanders are like sprites, and they carry the energy of fire. That's all I'm getting from that card. And I always look at the back to see if there's any additional message. And look at that huge, looks like a python anaconda. My anaconda don't want none. It's up in the tree overlooking this king. But it's behind his throne, and he still sits on that throne, not scared, not afraid, doing his thing. What do we need to know about that serpent in the tree? Why did the artist draw that? Let's see. Almost there. One moment. Queen, Knight, Wands. The snake does not appear to threaten or alarm the king. They abide in silent communion, respecting each other's power. The symbolism of the serpent and tree often speaks of choosing knowledge over ignorance. Because this is a nighttime setting, the king may have hidden concerns about things he has always taken as settled. He may find himself questioning old values and beliefs, political or social attitudes, and such. Serpent wisdom can be unsettling as it touches on ethic and moral integrity. I like that. So think about in your life, I think this is also akin to what can you let go of? Think about in your life that balance between, what did it say, knowledge over ignorance. Are you choosing knowledge over ignorance? And thinking about hidden concerns about things he has always taken as settled. Maybe your brain said that matter is settled and done and complete, game over, but spirit said, did you just bury that and ignore that? Or did you actually deal with it? And now you're sitting up at night wondering, did I deal with that? That's what that king is, his hidden concerns. What sits behind the king is, have I really dealt with everything? Have I really claimed my power in this situation? And he's answering yes in the affirmative for today's card pool, but encouraging you to do that same inner work so that you can come up with your own answer. And then we go to the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles fives represent challenges and opportunities. Pentacles is challenges and opportunities around those things that you hold valuable, those physically manifested things. Pentacles speaks to earth energy. And we have this person who looks like he's troubled or worried about something. He's facing a challenge, but where's his opportunity? I'll tell you where his opportunity is, because this was him before. Outside of safety, outside of stability, outside of this is a church, so outside of his spirituality, feeling downtrodden, feeling like he's been left out in the cold. Well, he found a way to connect. He found a way to connect, to get back into his spirituality. Now he's inside, he's warm, there's light. Light is always a good symbol. Is he looking at the light? Not quite yet. But he's inside, he's back in touch and back in connection with his spirituality. He's safe, even though he hasn't fully acknowledged that. He has stability, he has those four walls around him, even though he hasn't fully acknowledged that, because he's still worried about his troubles. He hasn't even noticed that it's warm, that the snow that was all over him has melted, that he's now in nice, clean, warm clothes, light is available. And this is like that in-between spot, because it's a five. It's that in-between spot of, I used to feel like I had no hope. Now I feel like I have some hope, but I'm still a little bit confused about what my next step forward is. And Spirit, at this point, it's saying, acknowledge your progress. Acknowledge your progress. Acknowledge that you are now in a situation where you can see the light, even if you're not feeling like you're ready to see the light. Acknowledge the presence of the divine working for you. It's not all going to feel like you know what to do at every moment along the path. And a lot of us are in that confused and challenging state right now. And Spirit is saying, that's okay, because at least now you're confused. At least now you're feeling challenged, because before you were hopeless and I couldn't even reach you. So at least now you're like, okay, I got to figure this out. From the I got to figure this out, Spirit can reach you. And Spirit is like, keep going. This is a good sign. Keep going. What comes next? Another 10. But in this case, it's the wheel. And in this case, it's the other side of the wheel. So we're seeing what else is present. This is the wheel. If you got the 10 card, the Wheel of Fortune cycles, Wheel of Fortune, things are turning, things are changing. But we got to this side. What's happening with these changes? Oh, we have the Magician again. The Magician is the one that knows how to pull that divine power from above and channel it into earth in practical ways. He knows how to move his energy. He knows how to command his energy. He knows how to manifest what he wants. And so as we're looking at these cycles and these changes in our life and things coming to an end, we're advised to remember that we're still in charge. We are still running the show. We are still driving the bus. We are still the magician, even if we are surrounded by things that are out of our control. Do we have any control over the fact that we're moving, if you're in the United States, that we're moving into summer and moving out of winter? If winter was our favorite season of all time and now we're moving out of winter and into summer, do we have any control over that? No, we can't change the season. Well, some of us can. We can't change the seasons. We don't want to be in control of that for everybody, for the planet. So even though we're part of this cycle that some things we have no control over, we're still the magician of our life. How are we going to respond to the situations in our life in a way that allows us to command the energy around us? Maybe you buy an air conditioner and you make your home as wintry as possible and you keep the Christmas tree up all year. But you have control over your own life and how you respond to outside factors. It's never, ever, 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 one more ever, Spirit, ever, nothing you can do about it. You never, ever have to be in this position of hopeless and helpless. because there's always something you can do about your current situation, even if you can't control the cycles. So that's 10. Again, it's completion. It's another completion card. If you look at it numerologically, talks about cycles. So in this case, we're talking about one cycle ending and the next one beginning. Another effing king. 2 kings. Dos kings in our spread today. That is very significant. That is divine masculine absolutely coming through. So is this. The magician is divine masculine as well. His counterpart would be the high priestess, and that's divine feminine. So we've got divine masculine throughout our spread today, and this is the King of Cups. Oh, I am feeling this. I am feeling this energy calling to me because I am not currently sitting in this King of Cup energy. King of Cups is the successful mastering of your emotions. It's also the successful balancing of your divine feminine and divine masculine, because here we see divine masculine sitting amidst emotions, which are typically considered divine feminine, but he is in control. So he's perfectly balanced. He's not ruling over the divine feminine. He's sitting in it. He's part of it. It's calm around him. He has mastered his emotions, but what else has he mastered? He's mastered the ability to listen to his intuition, because water cups also represents intuition. Divine feminine talks in intuition, in spirit. Divine masculine listens and hears and reacts. And so this divine masculine is showing perfect balance between feminine and masculine, but also showing mastery over emotions, not neglecting, not refusing to acknowledge, but mastery. He completely sits in, sitting in the water, sitting in his emotion. He completely sits in those emotions, completely feels them, but still retains mastery over them, calm waters. His emotions do not dictate how he rules his kingdom, do not dictate. Do they inform? Absolutely. Are our emotions supposed to inform? Absolutely. That's how we gain mastery, when we can listen and then choose to react, when we don't let our emotions run the show and tell us how to react. And then the card that was sitting over here is the clarifier, which is like, after reading through the entire spread, what additional energy can we add in or give us more clarity? We have a lot of cycles ending. We have cycles ending in a way that it's ending and we are immediately stepping into our power. So whatever that cycle was for you that you need to let go of, that's why, because it's time for you to step into your power. And then the clarifier was the it was this side though. The clarifier was the 6 of Cups. Here we see this individual with all these astrological glyphs on the back of his robe, looking out. 6, did I say cups? 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles is the giving and receiving card. 6 of Pentacles is also, 6s are always about reflecting on your past and seeing how far you've come. So 6s, no matter which suit it's in, always somehow represents the past and the present, the past and your future. But it's using the past to inform you, not control you. And in this case, the 6 of Pentacles, it is about giving and receiving. But when the tie into the past is knowing when it's time for you to give and knowing when it's time for you to receive. And in this case, I'm feeling receiving is what we need to be working on. That's the message from Spirit, because Spirit is saying, I have got so much in store for you. First of all, your power. I want to give you all your power back. That's what I want to do for you. But so much more power, learning how to manifest. So much in store for you. I need you to get ready to receive it. That's what Spirit is saying. Stop piddling around. This is directly from Spirit. These are not my words. Spirit said, stop piddling around with the idea that you have to earn it and be deserving of it. I'm sick of that shit. I'm trying to give you a present and you're steady trying to decide whether or not you deserve the present. Spirit is saying, who the fuck do you think I am? Do you think I just willy-nilly give out shit? I'm giving it to you because it's yours. Why do you keep refusing my gifts? Don't you think I know more than you know? Don't you think that if I'm giving this to you, I've already thought through all the possibilities and all the people on the face of the earth that I could give this to, and I chose you? Out of all the people on the face of the earth, I chose you, and you're still sitting over there talking about, I don't know if I deserve it. I think I need to do some more work. I think I'm not ready. Spirit is like, you're ready, and I'm tired of this conversation. So can you just come on? What's the backside of the card? The backside of the card is someone looking over, I'm gonna call it a diorama, even though it's not a diorama. The first card, the backside of the Ten of Swords. Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know if I should show it to you because it might confuse you. Okay, so this is game over. He's not even in the suit. There is a message for you, whoever asked me to turn this card over, and for all of us probably. He's not even in the suit. Maybe that armor was the protection that he built up around himself. Trauma response, a way of shielding himself from the world. Maybe he didn't fully step into his light or his power because he had this armor on where he was trying to fit in and be like everyone else, be a soldier like everyone else. Notice the eclipse here, blocking out the sun, blocking out full power. And he decided to take this armor off. I'm no longer going to be that person who has to shield myself from my gifts, shield myself from my full power. And to make sure that I never pick that armor back up again, I'm going to destroy the armor. Let me run around and grab some swords and completely destroy this armor because I don't want to be that person anymore. I'm done with that cycle in my life where I play small. I'm going to sit here. That sun is going to come out. And for once in my life, I'm fully going to accept the full power that is being gifted to me. And I'm never going to return to that life where I feel like I have to shield myself from who I really am or shield myself from my full power. I'm glad you asked me to flip that card over because, ooh, that message was powerful. Okay. So that was vice versa tarot. Let's move on to oracle cards. Blue crystals bring you peace and serenity if you are experiencing tumultuous emotions. That was something someone put in the chat. I love that. Somebody was talking about the effects of Mercury retrograde and said I had to stop answering the phone because my words would literally not come out of my mouth. I do know this. I will give you a little tidbit of information because this helped me just a little bit, is figuring out where Mercury retrograde took place astrologically. It's in the sign of Taurus. You know what Taurus is about? Security, stability, feeling comfortable. And Mercury is in there just knocking tables over and turning cups upside down. But it's asking you to examine, where do you find your security? Where do you find your comfort? Where do you find your stability? Is that your true stability? Because if it was your true stability, guess what? I couldn't fuck it up. That's what Mercury is saying to you. I need you to look at this. Because if this was really stability for you, I couldn't fuck it up. Nobody could fuck it up. Nobody. But if I come in here and I can knock over that table that you called stable, well, you need to re-examine because something's going on with you. That's all Mercury wants you to do. Mercury's just trying to make you stronger, make you more aware. I'm going to my deck of playing cards, 52 playing cards, but they're crystal playing cards. So I'm gonna pull from this and see what crystals we can use this week to give us additional insight. And this is lining up, even though it's the Queen of Clubs, it's kind of lining up with the King of Wands card that we pulled earlier. It's garnet. I love garnet. And it says passion, energy, and health. Passion, energy, and health are the energies you can call on, even if you don't have garnet. If you have garnet, you might want to let it hang around a little bit closer. I always have garnet on because it's one of my rings. I always have garnet and amethyst. Amethyst because it's purple. Okay, so that was that. What else do we need to know, Spirit? As far as energy, because that was a red stone garnet, because we got the King of Wands, which I love, Wands energy, fire energy, also needing to be balanced with that water energy though. And that makes sense because we're coming into a Scorpio moon, lots of water energy, reminding us to balance it with our fire energy. But while we're talking about fire, I'm going to go to Dragon Path Oracle. I always think fire and energy when I go to the dragon cards. That's just me. But we get divine feminine. After all that talk about divine masculine, we get divine feminine. And I just love this little dragon. You know what I think of when I pull this card? You see this tower here? This could be completely incorrect. But this tower, to me, that looks like a J. And when I think of, it's not a J. It's her tail. I don't care. It looks like a J. When I think of a J, I think of the two towers in the Tarot, High Priestess. There's a B and a J on both of those. So I always think Divine Feminine and High Priestess. I always tie that card into Tarot, even though as I look closer, I realize that's not a J at all. That's just the curl of the dragon's tail. That's interesting. How my brain just does what it wants to do and says, fuck what it's supposed to be. I'm gonna make up my own story. Okay. Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine is the smallest dragon I have yet encountered, speaking from the author's perspective. She appeared near the time of the summer solstice, and her counterpart is Hern, who symbolizes the divine masculine. She's here to connect you with your divine female energy. She told me, quote, "You possess everything you need for your existence on earth. All you need to do is accept and understand it," end quote. Kind of reminds me of that magician that we saw earlier in our reading. When we begin to realize that we no longer have to look outside ourselves for answers and approval or feel the need for possessions, we can begin honoring ourselves as spiritual human beings. We are exactly who we need to be and where we need to be at any moment. Divine Feminine brings a sense of acceptance when we find ourselves at a crossroads and assures us we have infinite resources to see us through. Ooh, that's like that person inside the church with the light right there, hadn't raised their head yet. How many of y'all haven't raised your head yet to acknowledge that you have infinite resources available to you? Often she appears around the solstices or equinoxes. Now, I'm not real sure if this is considered a solstice. It's not. I already know it's not. I just know. They just told me it's not. But I do know May 1st is the marking of Beltane, and I'm just dipping my feet in trying to figure out these Wiccan cycles. I don't know what else to call them, celebrations, but I do know that today is significant. It marks the beginning of Beltane, and I hope I'm saying that correctly. So it's interesting that we have this dragon, even though it's not a solstice or an equinox. May Day is in the middle of equinox. I always want to say equinox. I don't know why. Equinox and solstice. Anyway, that was a tangent that made no sense. Let's get back to the book. She guides us to keep our faith and stay true to ourselves, following our inner guidance during transitional times. We are transiting. I can tell y'all that with all of those tarot cards talking about end of cycle. That's a transit. Although Divine Feminine is the smallest of the dragons, she carries an immense power, and this is her message to you, quote, "It matters not how small you may feel on the inside. In truth, you are more powerful than you could ever begin to imagine. This power is deep within you, and you know intuitively what is required of you." Hear this, y'all. It's time to stop playing small and claim your place within the circle of light so that you shine. Others are drawn to you like the sunrise on summer solstice morning, so own it. It is yours. Own it without fear or ego, but with acceptance and grace, end quote. She allows us for the first time to acknowledge and touch a feeling of personal power, where she encourages deep trust in the divine, which settles itself comfortably into our being. I needed that message today more than you know. I have been told in a slightly unsettling way, I have been reminded to claim my power and to stop playing small. So that is a constant reminder, y'all. If y'all think you're just going to claim your power one time and stop playing small one time, ha ha ha, Spirit's got news for you. It's continuous. Every time you level up, you got to reclaim. Every time you have something unsettling happen in your life, you have to reclaim and remind yourself who's running the show. The HGIC, y'all know what that means? It's on my profile as the position I hold. HGIC stands for the head goddess in charge. I'm in charge of my life. So some of y'all need to put those initials behind your name and get back in charge of your lives. Because it works for a goddess or a god. HGIC. Keepers of the Light is the next deck I'm going to. Get some guidance from above, from those light keepers, because we have that little lantern in our tarot card. How can we bring in the light? What message will help us bring in the light? Mary Magdalene, Teacher Awakens. I love this card. It's all red. Look at her. Even behind her, the galaxy is red. I love it. Mary Magdalene, Teacher Awakens. Back to Divine Feminine with Mary Magdalene, but let's see what her message is. In the, I guess you would call it keywords. It's not keywords. In the small description, the mini description, it says you have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. And then the actual message, we know who Mary Magdalene is, but for those of you who don't, it says, she was a great visionary and teacher with clairvoyant abilities because she was able to see angels and the soul of her twin flame master Jesus after he had passed away. She also had the ability to shake up crowds of people to bring their hearts and minds back to the highest good. Ooh, I love that. She now devotes her time to supporting us in bringing about the radical changes that Earth needs in order to prosper and to encourage those who feel the need to reach the joy of spirit. Mary is a rebel heart in many ways. Yes, Mary. She helps those light workers who feel restricted by the opinions of others to step up and speak their truth. Do y'all notice a trend? Step into the light, claim your power, step up, speak your truth. The extended message. You have a strong desire to share what you have learned. You may feel people will dismiss you or ridicule you, but don't worry. Mary Magdalene is here to guide you through this process. Your vulnerability is actually your greatest strength because you are trusting the power of your soul, and that part of you can never be broken. You are a wonderful teacher and leader, and the world needs you. You are being backed by heaven, so step forward and share all that you have learned. Mary Magdalene, I'm gonna hold this up here for just a minute. Pull on that power. She's here to support you. Ask her, where does the light need to shine? Ask her, what is your next step? She's going to tell you, she'll help you. Her and your guides are helping you on this next level. Okay, that was Keepers of the Light. Someone asked about a vortex happening today. It's a light worker thing. I have not heard anything about that, but now I'm intrigued. I love vortices and all they encompass. What deck should we go to next? Moonology. Moonology, and then maybe some mythical creatures. Moonology. I shuffle the decks and I use these as actual oracle cards. So even though I will probably pull a card that has nothing to do with where the moon is currently in the sky, that's not the point. It's what information or guidance from these cards will benefit our journey. So, oh, somebody's first deck was Moonology. There's two. This one, I love Moonology. I haven't pulled from this one in ages. The one I usually pull from is Moonology Manifestations. But today's card is purple. The energy is gaining momentum and it's waxing moon. Waxing moon. The energy is gaining momentum. Let's see what else we can get about this. During the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive omen, indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of, though it will take some work and you're not quite there yet. This is a time of energies rising up. Emotions are building too. Where do you want to go, and do you believe you can get there? Either you can just keep meditating and focusing on your desired outcome, or you can take the courageous commitment to take more practical steps towards your goals. Whatever you decide, you are most certainly on the right track. Attuned to the moon is just a statement or affirmation. I know I'm headed in the right direction. Some additional meanings for this card. The situation is full of potential. I like that. Your dream can come true. More effort is yet required. Are you willing to give it? Review your goals and ensure you're still committed, and keep moving forwards. The energy is gaining momentum. So think about where your energy is, good, bad, and different. It's gaining momentum, period. Are you focused on something you don't want? Because guess what? You're gaining momentum towards that thing you don't want. So take a moment to check in and ask, where am I focusing my energies? And also call in, you can call in Mary Magdalene, since she's already showed up in our reading. Call in any supporting forces to ask you to direct your energy where it will benefit you the most, and to redirect your energy if it's going in a direction that you don't want. Because wherever it is, it's gaining momentum. Okay, so that's all I have from that deck, from that card. Waxing moon. I think it is a waxing moon right now. It's going. So maybe it is on. Maybe it is on point for what's going on. Yeah, that would be waxing, because waning would be if we were approaching a new moon. I remember waxing and waning when my brain stops to try to remember. Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. Wax on, to me, when it's waxing, wax on means it's increasing, it's moving forward. That made sense in my brain. It didn't make sense when I was trying to explain it to you. But just know, I have my own little funky ways of remembering shit. Next, we're going to the unicorns. And look what the unicorn is telling us to do. Dance. It looks like rainbows in its tail. In the small print, it says, move your body to music, dance with the rhythm of life, manifest your dreams through dance. Move your body to music. Did this card say anything about only dance if you feel like you're a good dancer? No. It said, move your body to music, and call that dancing. And why is it telling us to do this? Dancing will help you shake off any stuck energy that may be blocking manifestation and help you speed up the delivery of your desires. All right, y'all. We're going to do that. We need that. Let's do it right now. We're going to do a 5-second dance party. Everybody, I want to see everybody on camera dancing. Do, do, do. I don't even know the moves. I'm going to sing for y'all so you have something to move to, because we're going to move some stuck energy. Okay, that's enough of that. Whew. Movement and music open your chakras. Get your energy flowing and unleash the feel-good endorphins that help align with more abundance. Dancing can be used to shift you from doubt, worry, fear, or anger into optimism, excitement, and gratitude. Put on music to match the energy you need to shift, and let your body guide the dance to find release. Let go of any need to dance well and find freedom in moving without inhibition. When you have shifted into higher space, put on uplifting music and bring in your dreams with dance. Imagine yourself living the life you really want. Then call it in with your body. Beam powerful intentions out to the universe while you are in this high energy state, and let them be carried on the waves of joy, radiating out from you. Make dancing a daily manifesting practice, and you will soon enjoy the physical and energetic benefits that come with feeling good. This joyful unicorn tells you that your body wants to move and flow with music, and it's time to honor that desire. Can I get everybody to say y'all are going to at least dance for 30 seconds, not even a full minute, 30 seconds. Put it in chat if you're down for the 30-second dance challenge to start your week out, to move some energy, to help you with your manifesting. 30 seconds, y'all can do that. I just did it live in front of a whole bunch of people, so y'all can do that. Yes. Okay, I'm seeing yeses. Yes. I dance even at the grocery store. It's inevitable. Yeah, when they put my jam on, girl, they had Janet Jackson playing, the 80s. Janet Jackson playing at the grocery store I went to the other day. You better believe I was singing and dancing down the aisle. All the things. Okay, so that was unicorns. Excellent reminder. I hadn't even thought, I've read that card before. I know I've pulled that card before, but for some reason I finally heard the message, Spirit. Daily practice, and that it can help with moving stuck energy. You know, sometimes you don't hear the message till you need the message, and I'm working on moving some stuck energy. And the reason why is because Mercury retrograde. I love you, Mercury, but it's got me thinking about a lot of things from the past. It's got me considering, like that king, what did I think was settled that's probably not settled? So I know I need to move some energy and get some things going. And what a lovely reminder that I can do so through dance. And I can dance my manifestations into reality. I can dance my dreams alive. I love it. Okay, so here we go. Numerology cards is what I'm going with. Fucking love these. Holy. First of all, purple 7, personal growth. 7 is one of my favorite numbers. It's not my favorite number, but it's one of my favorite numbers. There were 7 people in my family, so 7 was always, how many people you have in your family? 7. Y'all don't know how many times I had to say that 7. So 7 has personal meaning to me, but it's also, when I was growing up, I was always taught that 7 was a spiritual number. So I love 7. And here it says personal growth, and it's purple. Number 7, personal growth. This card indicates a time of significant growth and improvement when you are being encouraged to be the best you can be. This is a time to ask yourself, who am I? What do I want for my life, and what is preventing me from achieving it? When you ask yourself these questions, observe whatever comes up, then acknowledge your mental and physical limitations, set realistic goals for overcoming them, and take the necessary steps to follow through. With desire and determination, you can reach your full potential. This card is asking you to investigate anything that helps raise your conscious awareness and enhances your self-esteem. It may be a book, CD, online seminar, workshop, health program, yoga practice, or meditation. Whew. Or it may be working with an energy worker, therapist, or life coach, whatever suits your needs. Or it may be dancing. A step in this direction, regardless of what it is, will set you up for life. You are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are leading you towards a time of significant growth and improvement. As you improve yourself, you improve your quality of life. As you raise your awareness, you align yourself with Source. This is all you need to make your dreams come true. Affirmation: as I improve myself, I improve my circumstances in my life. And then right after that, we have an 88. Yes, abundance. 88 is all about abundance. I love it. We're manifesting some good stuff now. This indicates a need to adopt an attitude of abundance in order to attract it into your life. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to recognize the numerous opportunities in front of you. For the universe is bountiful and there is plenty to go around. Since you attract what you believe, you must improve your perception of the world. Replace your thoughts of scarcity, competition, and shortage with feelings of abundance, prosperity, and hope. The universe has an infinite supply of love, health, wealth, and wisdom. Therefore, a greedy, competitive mindset only prevents abundance from flowing. At this time, you must recognize and address any limiting beliefs that are blocking this flow. Perhaps you were brought up to believe that money doesn't grow on trees, or maybe you aren't convinced you deserve to be happy. We already talked about that deservability. Maybe you aren't convinced you deserve to be happy, successful, and prosperous. When you change your perception, you change the circumstances of your life. We know that, but are y'all listening? Because sometimes we hear that message so many times that we don't listen to it. In order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythms and cycles of your life, cycles that are encouraging you to adopt an attitude of abundance. Share what you can with others because there's enough for everyone. Be grateful for what you already have and know there is plenty more to come. When you believe that the universe is abundant, you make your dreams come true. The affirmation, the universe has unlimited abundance and resources, so I always have what I need. Woo! Personal growth and abundance. I love it. Tied together for some of us. For some of us, our personal growth is learning how to accept abundance into our life. That's me. That's my life path. That's what I came in needing to work on. So those two can be very much tied together, your personal growth and your ability to allow and accept abundance. They were playing Rhythm Nation at a coffee shop somebody went to. I would have spilled my coffee trying to dance. I love it. All right. I think we got 6 minutes left. Can I squeeze in another card? Ooh, I know where we need to go. Is that where we need to go? I'm being told yes. Whoa, we're going to Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. You see my card from last week is turned over and turned up on the stick. So let me shuffle. Close it out with the message from Mystical Shaman Oracle. No, I think I'm going to try to squeeze another one in here. Let me read this one real quick because I want to close out on a self-care oracle card. The Rainmaker, 42, another 6. The Rainmaker. Y'all, this message just keeps on coming. The Rainmaker is the master of manifestation, who can call on the elements of nature to serve the greater good. When the power to co-create is used with integrity, great beauty, and benefit. When the power to co-create is used with integrity, great beauty and benefit flow to all. When this power is used for personal gain only, everyone suffers. When the earth is parched, the Rainmaker calls the waters from heaven, and all that is dormant in the fields and in people's hearts will spring to life again. The Rainmaker is calling you to create something new from the elements that are already in your life. Be sure you work with what is and not with what might be or what could have been. Ooh, that's a message for me. That idea of you keep waiting for something, even if it's a known something that's going to happen in your life in a couple of weeks, in a couple of months, in a couple of days, and you're waiting for that to move forward or to take action. This right here is saying, make sure you work with what is and not with what might be or could have been. So how can you still accomplish whatever you're waiting on? Maybe you keep saying, I'm going to finally hire that accountant to get all my business books in place as soon as I get a new job. Spirit is saying, how can you start working towards that goal right now and stop waiting for the job or stop waiting for the perfect accountant to show up? Stop waiting. What can you work with right now to work towards your goals? And that's a message for me. The seeds that have been slightly germinating in your heart will burst forth ready for the sunlight. Do not hold back. Put all your chips on the next roll of the divine dice. Recognize how you are co-creating your world. Nothing is happening out there without your involvement. Remember that the world is only mirroring back to you the condition of your love and your intent. So change these within before you take any action. Do not take life personally. Beautiful. I'm going to move on because we got 3 minutes left and I do want to get in a self-care oracle card. because I feel like that's important. I feel like we should all focus on little ways to take care of ourselves and our physical and mental health. I'm going to remind y'all one more time, dance it out today, because that is definitely one way we can take care of that. I just dropped like probably 10, 15 cards on the floor. So I guess those cards didn't want to play today. Gonna keep going, moving on. How can we take care of ourselves? Plan a vacation. Yes. Plan a vacation. Look at the third eye lady up there with the moon on her forehead. Third eye. I'm gonna get some face tattoos. I'm gonna get some moons on my. If I ever do that, y'all just stop listening to me. Don't encourage me. Don't encourage me. Let's see. 39, plan a vacation. Real quick. The mantra is, I find adventure and inspiration everywhere. The message, get ready for a magical journey filled with synchronicities. Taking the time to go on vacation can give you a new perspective, spark inspiration that will nourish your soul on the deepest level, and bring more joy to your daily life. We all have a bucket list of places we'd like to visit, and there's no time like the present to get started on working towards making our dreams a reality. But planning a vacation requires just that, planning. If there's a place you'd like to travel that seems out of reach, making a budget and timeline for your trip can help guide you in the right direction. Balancing work and vacation time is essential to well-being. If there are some roadblocks to planning a vacation, or if money is tight, don't immediately set your dream plans aside. Rather, take a look at what commitments in your life would need adjustment to make the necessary time, space, and resources available. If you need to wait a while, consider how you can satisfy your craving for adventure with a staycation, or by creating experiences that expose you to new cultures and ideas in your own community. Read a book in translation, see a movie produced in another country, or switch up your dinner routine and try that restaurant serving food that seems exotic to you. Some journaling prompts or questions you can ask yourself. What small and practical steps can you take to manifest the resources and time you would need to take a vacation? So what it's saying is, Spirit said y'all need to plan a vacation. And some of y'all are saying, I'll do that as soon as I XYZ, or I can't, I could never. And Spirit is saying, I told you to plan a vacation. Find a way to make it happen. Stop telling me you don't have time. Stop telling me that the job won't let you. Stop telling me you don't have money, because I'm in charge of that. That's Spirit talking to y'all. I'm in charge of the how. When I tell you to plan a vacation, plan a fucking vacation and let me worry about the details. So that's the message from Spirit right now. Self-care. How can you plan a vacation, a staycation, a getaway? How can you do that to take care of yourself? And tie all of these messages together. And I hope they benefit you and guide you on your week going forward. This has been wonderful. I hope I see y'all back next Monday. I'm also doing Chatting with Interstellars tomorrow night, Wednesday morning meditation, and a lot of other cool stuff. I'm doing a Lumerian crystal event next weekend, so keep an eye on the meetup calendar. I hope to see you all back at some of those events. Have a wonderful week, y'all. Manifest, allow, receive, step into your power.